Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good to be with you this afternoon as we head into what I hope will be a restorative and wonderful day of rest. So last week was the Torah portion Vayetze. And Vayetze is a word that means to leave. In this portion, Jacob set out from Beersheba, leaving behind his family and his tattered relationship with his brother Esau. This week, we study a portion not named for leaving, but rather sending forth. Vayishlach. Vayishlach Yaakov, our Torah portion begins. Jacob sent messengers ahead to his brother Esau in the land of Seir and the country of Edom. After decades of not seeing one another, Esau and Jacob prepare to meet for the very first time. They're scared, unsure about how they'll be received. Jacob worries that Esau will attack him. After all, Esau had threatened to kill him the last time they saw one another. Esau worries that Jacob will take even more from him, that their conflict-ridden relationship will only lead to more conflict, hatred, and fear. And yet they decide to meet anyway, filled with fear, but also of hope for the healing that can take place. They're not so naive to believe that this meeting will be easy or that hurt feelings will miraculously disappear. They understand that they are taking a great risk in going on this journey to begin with, but they decide that it's worth it. There is so much to say about this week's portion, and I'll say a little bit more this evening, but for right now, I want to focus on just one word in the Torah, a word on which I believe this entire Torah portion rests. And that word is Vayishakehu, and he kissed. It is an emotional moment. After a long ceremony, including the presentation of camps of everyone who made up each of their camps and gifts, these two brothers finally see one another from afar. And when Esau glances at Jacob, Esau takes off, running toward him. He embraced him, the Torah says, and falling on his neck, he kissed him, and they wept. After so much uncertainty, they cannot help but to fall into one another's arms weeping. As Rabbi Simeon ben Elazar explained, it teaches that Esau felt compassion in that moment and kissed Jacob with all of his heart. It's a profound moment of reconciliation, not erasing the troubles that they have faced, but making room for a kind of peace between them. It is such an important moment of Torah that the Torah itself, as you'll see, is actually marked. This is the image of our Torah portion. And in this verse from 33, verse 4, we come to this word, Vayishakehu, and he kissed. Except you'll notice that there are small dots above this word. Now it could be understood that these small dots above are to give emphasis for the word underneath it, emphasis to the emotions that are felt as Esau kissed his brother, as the weeping that they shared together. And there is another way to understand it as well, a way that is perhaps a bit more nefarious. So Siftei Chachamim explains that the dots that appear over the letter do not give it emphasis, but rather show that there's something that is going on here that doesn't appear in the text itself. That Esau didn't kiss Jacob wholeheartedly. Instead, Esau had actually intended to bite him. Rabbi Yanai explains that this was Esau's intention, but God intervened by blunting Esau's teeth and making Jacob's neck as hard as marble. They did, in fact, weep, but they wept not of joy, but of pain. Jacob wept for his neck, and Esau because of his teeth. Now that we've seen that visual, close that quickly. There we go. So they wept for different reasons. There's a teaching that the dots above a letter can teach us a great deal. When there are more letters than dots, the dots serve as emphasis of the word below and its significance. When there are more dots than letters, we give emphasis to the dots, the teeth, rather than the letters themselves. But in this case, there are exactly as many dots as there are letters. We do not know if Esau and Jacob kissed and wept with love, or if they, leaning into their fear, wept from frustration and pain. But we do know that either is possible. Each of us have conflicts with others. Sometimes it's a friend, sometimes it's someone we know well, and sometimes it's someone that we don't know well. Sometimes it's a brother. We don't see eye to eye, we don't understand, we're hurt, we're afraid. But we do have a choice in how we approach them. Do we kiss with our whole hearts, or allow our bite to cause pain for both of us? Can we be courageous enough to Vayishlach, to send forth our best intentions, and to find room for peace? I wish you all a truly peaceful, meaningful, and inspiring Shabbat, and I look forward to seeing you tonight as we light our candles. Shabbat Shalom.